This trip takes place in the middle of June over in east central Saskatchewan. The chosen route involves an bastardization of 4 different Saskatchewan documented canoe routes. The documented routes involved are routes 22, 46, 48, and 49. Route 22 documents a trip which starts at Pelican Narrows and ends at Malagine Lake along Highway 106. Route 46 documents a trip that starts at Tyrrell Lake and heads north to Sandy Bay. Route 48 and 49 are slightly different paths, but both start at Deschambault Lake and end at Sandy Bay. To add a little adventure to the trip and make it workable within a 2-week time frame, I wanted to explore 3 areas that are not listed on the documented trip notes. The first is from Kippenhagen Lake to Wassawakasik Lake. The second is Belcher Lake to Nemi Lake. And lastly, Wildness Lake to Little Marie Lake. Only time will tell how easy or hard these areas are going to be to traverse. When it's all connected, this is what the intended trip looks like. It's a 2-week, 250-kilometer solo canoe trip with starts and ends at Slim's Cabins. For your information, Slim's is located off of Highway 135 along the Churchill River. Since I was late from the outset of my trip, I decided to get Slim's Cabins to shuttle me to what was supposed to be my second portage. This bypassed essentially 2 portages and 12 kilometers of the route, and this is where my adventure begins. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy. If you'd like to look at the historical trip notes, there's a link below in the description.
Well, it's a quick little paddle to the first portage. I kind of took a quick look just to see what it's looking like. Not much of a trail when you first get down here. Just kind of go through, stay low, kind of go through this scrub, and then it seemed like the trail picked up a little bit. There are trees down, so I'm gonna go do a little cutting here first. So I do see some cut marks. It might have been from me the last time I came through here. I'm not sure. I really don't remember much of this other than it was a half decent portage and there was a bit of deadfall on the way. So it looks like it's kind of the same way, except it's a little more overgrown with like alders and cherry trees. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. Quite honestly, it looks like I can kind of line up this little creek. Doesn't look too deep. Doesn't look too swift. It's probably something I could just line up. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm having a hard time picking up the portage trail, so I'll keep on looking here for a little bit, and if I can't find it, I think I might just line. Okay, made it to the end. It's a little bushy in there. There's spots that you get to this big spot where there's all this deadfall, and it's just like, oh god, where do I go? So I'm gonna go back, try and cut a little bit of a trail, and yeah, start portaging. Finally done. Yeah, I got a line, one more small portage, and I should be on Mukoman Lake. Mukoman, something like that. It's too bad my bug spray and my leggings are buried in this pack. The bugs are starting to get bad. Woo! Friggin' bugs! We're still on the north end of the lake. I'm trying to make it to the south end of the lake, so it's probably going to take me about an hour to get down there. As you can see, I don't have a lot of daylight left. Hopefully there's lots of twilight. I probably won't be setting up a tarp or anything tonight. I just got to cook a steak, cook some potatoes, cut some wood, you know, stuff like that. And I just want to hit the sack. It's been a long day, 7 to 8 hour drive from Moose Jaw, and then yeah, hold up, you seen. So I found the perfect spot. It even comes with rocks with a fireplace. But the only issue is that all this is still kind of a young, juvenile stand of trees. Anything that burnt out, like I might be able to burn that. It might be dry enough, that log that's on the ground. But there's not really much dead standing timber. The only one I can find is that guy right there. Oh geez, the black flies are bad here too. God damn it. Yup. They're all over my legs. I'm gonna see if I can find some dead standing timber. I guess I could go across there. I don't know. I'd have to go somewhere and actually paddle, find it, and bring it back. It's too bad because this is in prime. Well, that kind of sucks. The metal piece broke. So what I'm thinking about doing, I'm gonna cut the bungee cord, take this metal piece off, and then hopefully I can limp forward with just that much sticking in. Ooh, that really didn't... Shit, what the Oh no, I got distracted. Sucker. Where is everything? Where'd the little bungee cord go? Okay, that has to be around here somewhere. Oh yeah, there we go. I think I totally this chair. There we go. Ah! This is gonna take a while. I kind of fixed it. This is the part that broke. Had to cut the line and then kind of feed it back through. I was a little worried I wouldn't be able to feed it back through, but once I tied the two lines together, there was enough length where I could actually get it through the pipe. So yeah, let's give it a shot here. Oh yeah. Oh, I was worried there for a second. I love having my chair, man. Sitting on the cold, wet ground is just not awesome. Just trying to wind down. I'm still kind of like amped up. I don't know why. I should be tired. Clearing that portage was quite a bit, and I didn't eat a lot of food today, so just gonna wind down, a little tea, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Cheers. Beautiful day today.
can't believe how gorgeous it is right now. So yeah, my plans for today, I got probably about 4 or 5 portages. One's about 1 kilometer long. That's going from Mukoman Lake to Belcher Lake. And I still got to make my way up the Mukoman River here a little bit. There's a few more portages, just some small ones, that when I originally came through I cleared out. There was a bunch of small little pine growing up, and I just kind of went through and kind of cleared all those up. From what I remember, there wasn't a lot of deadfalls, so we'll see what I'm getting myself into. I'm worried I bit off more than I can chew, so, but I'm just gonna kind of chillax here a little bit more in the morning here and kind of take it all in. This is my first morning out here. Loving it. Coffee, fish are jumping. It's muggy as f though.
This spot has a beautiful landing, but it gets pretty sketch pretty quick. I'm not sure where the portage starts. I remember from the old trip notes that they say that the beginning of the portage is vague, and I know I cut last time. Let's see, let's go check it out. I cut last time. Like, it looks like there's a path here. But everything's young and growing like crazy. I'm gonna take the saw and I'm gonna clean this up. Yeah, you can kind of see I was doing some trailblazing probably 10 years ago, 9 years ago. And you can see how everything's just growing up. Holy it's doable. Like, it's just a bunch of small crap. Oh, this looks beautiful. I got my work cut out for me. I'm gonna take about 45 minutes to clear this portage. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It's not that bad, but it's not that great. I just like to make it a little more obvious and a little bit easier to carry, because it's the way it is right now. To carry my canoe through it, it's not gonna be awesome. Oh, I need a drink of water. So I'm coming up here on the next portage, and we'll see how this sucker is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna line this. I'm gonna clean this up just for shits and giggles. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump over. It'll take me 5 minutes. I'll do that and then I'll head upstream. Oh, I just stopped to grab some water. That portage is dirty. I gotta laugh because I don't know what I did before, how I portaged this. I think the trees were a lot smaller and there was less deadfall. And so all I was really doing was cutting these small little trees, and everything grew up in the last 10 years. So there's new fallen trees, there's new growth, and you can see actually, remember the first time I went through here, there was nothing but jack pine growing up. Now I'm starting to see spruce and stuff like that. So succession is starting to happen. I'm trying to pull out all the tiny little spruce seedlings just so this portage stays a little bit better for a little bit longer. But I'm just doing a quick and dirty cut of this, but it's still taking me a long time. Oh man, one of these days I'm just gonna do a normal trip. Something with maps and groom portages, something easy. I can just drink beer or whiskey or something. There being a big beaver dam, maybe it washed out. You can tell there's I did do some cutting over here. There's actually, I can actually see it this time, but that landing isn't very sexy. I just might line my canoe up. So when I first came in 9 years ago, this was all underwater. As you can see, there's kind of remnants of a beaver dam. So this is down a couple feet from when I first came in. It makes me a little worried. There was a shallow part down a channel right before kind of another portage. I'm a little worried that it's gonna be really, really low. Yeah, I made it to this little unnamed lake in between, well, the river and Mukoman Lake. And I just got to go down a little channel and I'm at my next portage. It is absolutely gorgeous out. It is beautiful. But yeah, you can tell on the shoreline that the water's dropped at least a couple feet because that beaver dam's no longer there. So hopefully there's enough water in this channel. So remember the last time I was here, I searched around for a portage. There really wasn't anything. I just kind of scrambled up the rocks. It's kind of inherently dangerous because there's just all these round, slippery rocks. So I'm just gonna take my time, carry everything over, kind of carry one thing at a time. And I might actually cut a stick just to give myself a little more stability walking up this. Well, I was a little worried seeing these two boats, or at least it looked from a distance, it looked like one boat in the water the way they were. I was like, oh man, probably no one here using this portage. But the portage looks pretty good. Looks like somebody's taking care of one boat at least. And it looks like maybe somebody's been down. Oh, there's bears here. Oh yeah, it's a trap line. It's totally a trap line. This is a huge fucking relief, especially this one being as long as it was. This is freaking awesome. Possible campsite number one. It looks pretty good, decent parking. We're gonna have some dead standing timber back there. It's a little exposed over here. Lots of rocks for a fireplace. Only a little bit of bear sign. And I mean by that, just flipped over rocks. Oh yeah. Beautiful back here. Oh yeah, see? Bear sign. Now the only question is, do I go check another site? There's one over there that has potential to be a little bit better. I really don't know though. I do have time, so yeah, what the f, right? Okay, here's the other spot. There's not really a good canoe landing. And in behind, it looks like it's all kind of burnt out. So I'm gonna head back to the other spot. Just wanted to make sure I came and checked it out. That other spot's pretty good. Having two awesome camping spots 2 days in a row, man, it doesn't get any better than that. So this is just in behind my campsite. It's absolutely gorgeous in here. There's all these really huge trees. And I thought for sure I was gonna find a lot of dead standing timber back here, but no dice, barely anything. These bugs are going absolutely bonkers. I have to get a fire going here ASAP. The temperature's cooled off. The wind's just died down. Like there's barely a stitch of wind now. Yeah, it's just gorgeous out right now. So here we go. Get rid of my black flies. The black flies actually disappeared for a little bit today, but they kind of came back with a vengeance here. All right. Oops. There we go. Home sweet home. Making pesto pine nut fusilli without the pine nuts, but I got sun-dried tomatoes, onions, peppers, and some carrots. Next up is pesto. I put a little too much water in this. It's still kind of rehydrating. I made it into a powder, but oh well, it's gonna taste good regardless. Now, one of my favorite things in the whole world, I'd call it freshly grated Parmesan, but I grated it a couple days ago. Got the toasted almonds. Now, if that doesn't look good, my God. Feeling really bagged. I think I might just call it a night. It's an awesome day.